Hey y'all. Happy Thursday and welcome back. Y'all know on Thursdays we talk the morning show. If you're new here, my name's Ashley. This is my sweet perspective. That's Tyra, and that's Struggle Reviews TV. And together we talk about all of the things. All right. So welcome. Tyra, how are you this fine Thursday? And are you ready to get into the morning show? Oop, and you're muted. Right. There you go.
I was gonna say, I need a minute. I am great, and I am definitely ready because Alex, who slave contracted me assigned for you to be coming to me sideways. We are way off the plantation, ma'am. I need you to pipe down. I'm ready.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And you know where we always start at every single time. We start out with these overall thoughts. So let me get on down here and let's get over here, Tyra. I need to know overall thoughts of the episode Amari. What it was very black, wasn't it? It was black.
What?
It
Did
was
you
black.
see? Did you see the girl? Y'all need this show. We need this money. Say what? It was. You know those skits in the middle. Well, Ashley doesn't watch it, but anybody who watches Family Guy and we get those skits in the middle, like those little takeaways, and it'll cut to somebody black going, yeah. So we trying to get this job, get this money. It was very that. I said, who wrote this episode? Who wrote this episode? Who went out and felt like they got the memo of maybe there being a questionable or a lack of blackness with the characters and the direction that they take some of our characters of color? So they decided to take an entire episode and center them. But I swear it was in the most caricature way. And sadly, and I know where it gets everybody else, but nobody black walked away from this looking great. I was like, what was the point of centering us to take it this way? I knew we were in for something. I was like, who is Amari? Had me going down seasons. I was like, did I forget somebody? Amari, who is Amari? Once we found out who Amari was, I was like, okay, this is pretty on par for where we were going with this episode. We will get into them, but yeah, I think that they were like, yeah, this is for my ninjas, strictly for my ninjas, the real ninjas, okay?
The real ninjas, really. I couldn't be more disappointed with an episode of television in a very long time. It was appalling, it was glaring. Some of the choices that were made artistically in direction, I'm gonna blame it on direction because I know that Nicole Bahari can act down. I've seen her act down before, but I feel like this was the most feigned performance that I've seen in quite a while, especially on a show like this. I too agree that, like, if you're gonna have the blacks out, why did none of it make sense for me? Like, nobody, like, nobody. You just came to be useless, right? I was so disappointed in the arc, in the story of this episode, and I was hopeful initially. I said, oh, okay, we're going somewhere. We're going to get some background on some of these characters they've chosen never to address, and it's under the guise of scandal. Last time it was Aunt Jemima, now it's doping. Like, can we move beyond? This is probably my least episode of the season so far, in my opinion. But let's get into the events of it all. Let's get into it. Amari, Chris confronts her past. As online rumors swirl, Mia devises a new strategy. And I will say this, the standout for me was, I mean, basically a non-recurring role in Tunde. She was the best thing in the episode for me. Damn it. I was like, what else are you in, sister? I need to see you. Because the way she emoted without saying a word gave me all the things. But let's get over here to Chris and doping allegations. She's living her best life, doing the big one, doing the morning show with Bradley. They're, experiencing all of the things. And she sees something online as she's at the Paris Games or preparing for the Olympics, watching a future Olympian swim. She comes over and says, yeah, girl, they always trying to take stuff from us. They always think we did it with some enhancement or whatever. We can't just be great. She's like, girl, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, you haven't seen what's online. And so as Chris scrolls, she sees that allegations have been made by Truthsayer 2929 or whatever the number was, that she doped, and that's how she won in Rio and another Olympic situation. And so now she's on the fritz trying to figure everything out. Tyra, as a premise, what did you think of this, and how did this feel? Again, because like I said, with the blacks, they don't really go there with them. Like we don't really get in depth, deep stories about the history. We knew vaguely she was an Olympian, but that was about it. So, what do you think of the premise of this storyline and just that whole scenario?
I mean, not to us, but they've tried to paint her. What do they call it? The Olympic Barbie. Like she's perfect, and she has this persona that she's passing off. So this was supposed to be a massive thing, and it will be to any athlete. Like you don't want to. I couldn't go anywhere with it in the episode because immediately with how she reacted when it had such low traction, I said, okay, she did it. She did it. And I think it would have been a better payoff if we didn't think that. I don't know if it was just me, but it was like she was egging it on and giving it more light and fuel than it ever needed. And it was just really getting under her skin immediately, no matter what anybody said. Like, you know what? It's not really hitting like that. This is just your regular, everyday, random vlog, shade room S type of who cares? I care. I need to be on the news and you need to put this person out. And she said, Yankee Yanko if you have to. I was like, oh, Yanko barely gets any airtime as it is. Yanko, because I need to be there because to set the story straight. I was like, we're this heavy into setting the record straight. Maybe she did it. I just think that we can go so many different ways with this because it felt like they were trying to kind of put a band-aid on the initial narrative because I know a lot of people didn't like the moment that she had with Mia, like you guys are pitting two black women against each other, and then we come here and yet again we're pitting two black women against each other when we're trying to put a band-aid on another black woman's relationship prior episodes ago. Like I just didn't understand that. I would really love to get into her relationship and other things. I can't never attach myself to these moments in the show, and it's becoming just, I guess, their center. They always have to be the news. Why do they have to be the news? And we have to do these outlandish situations and make it bigger and bigger every season because they're trying to catch like the Mitch angle where the people at the news stations are the news. They know what's happening, and then they have to go on a defense. I would love to just get into her everyday life.
Yeah.
This episode, which is crazy to me, and you know how much we love Underground. I was like, where do I know her husband from? I was like, this has been Kato from the Underground this entire time.
That's not Kato.
It is. He's just so in the background and not in use that you wouldn't notice. And you know how much we go up and we love the
He looks like
Underground.
a whole different skin tone, Tyra. You looked it up?
I did because I was like, I know him. I was like, this man is like really familiar, but he doesn't get a lot of camera time. What are they doing? And I went on like this little crusade because I didn't like what they were doing with the other black man at the news station. And I was like, let me go see, who he's like. They're not giving him a lot of dialogue. He's here, of course, voicing his opinion with Mia and trying to kind of get Chris to pipe down. And it's like, yeah, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I was like, let me go look this. It's Kato from the Underground who was over there doing the things, being a good villain, being everything. I was like, we're not using these people to their fullest capabilities. And I went because I remember I seen like a picture that Love Brooklyn movie because he's married to DeWanda Wyatt. I was like, okay, it's all coming full circle. Why aren't we utilizing these actors? I would much prefer to get into her life because the way that we keep having that crutch of, well, at the end of the day, I'm still Chris the mom and have desire to be a mom. And we went through that whole thing with her running and rampaging down the goddamn street to get here. Baby Kato was about to rock your world. Husband was about to get in them guts. Oh, I need to go check on Naima. I need to go check on the baby. I'll be right back. So no, you're so obsessed with this thing in this narrative of your life that your relationships are suffering. And I feel like we really got to the butt of Alex, which was, whatever in connection to Mitch, but just getting into Alex, we got so deep into her personal life and those things that she was sacrificing. It made us connect to her, whether we liked her or not. We don't know anything about her. And we just have this man there, this husband slash manager slash whatever. And it's like, yeah, but we're going to focus on these dope allegations to get into the disadvantages that you could have as a woman in sports. I'm like, this, I get what you guys are trying to do and the hiccups and people not really considering her feelings when we got into these allegations around implications of what could unfold and what was really going on to why she was doping. But does she have to be the news? Does she have to be the viral thing that's happening in order to defend herself? And do we need this situation to bring her and Mia close and good into our blackness? All right. But it's Kato. It's Kato, Ashley. I knew you didn't know.
Yeah, they thought it was there because I call him a whole different name in these slides, and I no disrespect to Alano Miller because he's him. You know what I mean? He's a very great actor, but I'm a roast him tonight. So just be prepared. Have your heart and mind ready. But let's get on over here because after the events of last week's episode, we know that Bradley is aware that Corey had some sort of involvement in the wolf pack or whatever it's called, the damn wolf. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And so immediately she's still like, well, you can still get these draws because I'm going to go through that phone and I'm going to see whatever it is I need to see, to see if you're really in it, Corey, the way that I think you are. Tyra. I'll say this. This is lost on me completely. Like, I love Corey down bad. I need to see him with somebody else, breaking somebody else's back. I don't give a damn about Bradley. Bradley at this point is passed around to me. She needs to go and reconnect with her woman. At this point, I feel like she had more chemistry with Juliana Margulies than she ever has with a Corey. It's giving forced. It's giving put on. It's giving faux. And I just don't believe it. I believe Corey was somebody else. And I get his like pining and all of that, and if they could lean into that more, that'd be fine. But this little fake, really quick romance and courtship, sell it to somebody else because I'm not buying any of it. I don't care to see it anymore. And hopefully after this episode, we don't. I do have another slide addressing that. But Tyra, does this move you? And what are we doing over here? What's it romantical?
Reese is on her way out, okay? Not of acting, just the show. I feel like Reese is leaving. This is not the stunts and shows or the story arcs for somebody who's here in the long run for another season. She has been so pushed aside and pushed further away from the person we initially met. The best thing I thought we were doing, stepping away from her relationship and her brother, was getting back to her and the passion that she had for being, reporter of the news, even with this little BS story that we can't really get to invest in. But no, they want to bring it here. I don't know if it was last time we talked the episode, I was like, how does she know it was Corey? I mean, we're taking that and we're running with it, even if he was involved in some way. We don't know the extent. You're taking something. I saw this email and this letterhead, and it was Corey. Give this to Kevin. And we just kind of ran with it. And if this is what we needed to do to have Corey kind of open those eyes, it's okay. Because when we knew what this was, we could see that it was a one-sided relationship for the most part, even though Corey had his own bias as to why he was helping, because he desired her. He loved her, and I want you to win. I just want you to win, Sid. Shout out to Love Him. I want you to win. I want to see you win. He wanted her to win. And he also, had feelings for her, but it was never that for her. That's why when this happened, it was like, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? What are we back here for? And it was just to kind of give her a dilemma. But if we're going to dismiss the dilemma immediately in the next episode, why even bother? I thought that this was going to coast her, towards the end, and we would see them really get knee deep into this relationship. I think that they took advantage of whatever was brewing with him before, but she went so left. She went so left and got into her relationship and the politics of that and why she couldn't explore that side of her sexuality, that this just seems like something that she wouldn't want to do. And Corey, I love you, but it's just friendship, and that's as far as it's ever going to go. So to kind of jump into it now, we needed a little time to let it marinate. No, next episode, we taking pictures. Yeah, I got to get this. Like, she didn't have too much of a morale or dilemma of, well, this is a person that I care about. Even if it is Corey, let me go over here with Alex and maybe ask some questions. Hey, tell him, ask him first. Just even Alex of all people is the voice of reason. Just ask him. Just ask him if it's true, or ask him what he did or what was his role. No, I'm going to go to dinner and be sneaky and be a conniving reporter with somebody I supposedly care about. It was never giving that. If this is going to be the arc of Corey's villain edit, let's go on over there. Let's go, because he really ain't gonna give no hells now.
I mean, absolutely. And I'm just not a fan of cheap like plot conveniences. And I just feel like this was so whack to do 4 seasons in. Like, again, like you said, I think we talked about this before. If you were going to give them a romance arc, do that in a season 2. Do that when she's at her most vulnerable and he's really put in all the work, the sacrifice. Even after the January 6th stuff, when we, got that little break, let's have them be together at that time because he really did his biggest to try to save her. Now, they just threw this in for a mess, and I'm fine with Corey's villainy. Go full throttle, sir.
Do you think it would work more if we believed it and Reese wasn't? I'm sorry, but I feel like we've grown up with Reese. We've seen what she's capable of. It feels like she's phoning it in. Do you feel like this would work better if she was really committed? I've never known her, even with the prior relationship with our female characters, to not really have strong chemistry with people like she normally delivers. It's always been questionable in this romantic space with her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if it's direction because we do have such a rich history with Reese, and we know she can stand and deliver in any role, really. And romantic chemistry with any of her opposites or co-stars has never been a thing. I don't want to say she's mailing it in because even a lot of her other recent projects, she's been really great in. I'm gonna chalk it up to writing and direction, and maybe they knew something we didn't know. I know that they did have the gap in the seasons. I don't know if it was due to the strike or whatever. But yeah, it's just I don't know what they're doing at this. It started out so strong, Tyra. I don't know what's happening in the
I
writers' room.
know because the entire time of us sitting here, I was like, "Where's Stella? Is Stella on vacation? Did she? Where is she? Is she gone? What? Okay.
They just completely abandoned that. I thought we were going to get it because, I mean, Celine's got the most incriminating information. It would make sense to at least tease something in this episode about it. But no, nowhere to be found. Celine wasn't there. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa, wasn't there. Stella wasn't there. I mean, Thank you so much, X-Men superfan Emma Frost, for the 5 gifted memberships to The Struggle is Real. We appreciate you so, so much. Coming through as always, doing your biggest one. We appreciate it. Yeah, I read that too, Rolana. She is supposed to be leaving for Big Little Lies, and I don't know what Big Little Lies is going to look like after all these years, but we shall see. I still stand Corey. Corey's still my fave. I just didn't need him with Bradley. Find somebody else. Give us something else, Corey. You got something else in there over here. So of course the shock jock bro nation or whoever he is gets the tea on Chris and he goes live with it. And Alex, of course, comes trying to throw her weight around like she's that girl. And he said, "Ho, my ad revenue pays your bills. Y'all don't make no money. Y'all have no viewership. They come to see me, Ike. I do this. I carry this network on my back. All right. You don't have anything to say to me." And again, do it or get off the pot at this point. We already know where this is going. Just get there already. I don't need this will they, won't they thing because we know Alex is going to drop them draws for this man, Tyra. Did we need this? And isn't this just par for the course? This is what shock jocks do. They're going to talk about what's topical.
I'll just keep going. This is Buddy from the Sandman, right? This is that actor, right? Which is there's so much talent here and they do nothing with it. He's so good in other projects, but here he's just, the shock jock. It's
This is the Corinthian girl. Yeah, he good over there in the scene, man,
right, this
too.
is Corinthian, the one with no eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing anything with this cast. That the setup is for that because the moment she gives a backhanded, "Oh, you need to," and I don't appreciate what you're doing and it's beneath me. She also sidesteps and gives him a compliment at the same time. This isn't the schmexual tension I want. I am in no way eager or waiting for Alex to get stretched out by yet another man who probably won't be here in the following season. I'm cool on that. I'm absolutely cool on that. I really, if what we bring old Ham from Mad Men here for? What was his role for?
Just to be fine and cause a scandal. That was it.
The way that she acted, before me, and we were like, it was just something that got away. And if that situation hadn't happened down at the station and you weren't, corrupt, we could have been special, man. We could have had something real. Okay, with him being here, revisit someone that we already have established. Have her go over there and say, my man, my man, my man. I don't give a damn what none of y'all got to say about it. I always make, poor choices, man. Why start now? This is who I like. Why build up something here that we just don't care about? The way he stepped in and it's like giving I still care, and they had those glances across, and he made the deal happen when he didn't have to, and it wasn't anything in there for him. That means he still cares about Alex. Why are we spending time with this man? We could be doing so much more with him. So much more. I don't know. These are the type of, podcasts, and these are things I don't watch in real life. I don't want to watch it here. I don't want to give it.
Yeah.
It was just Nathan here as the YT, shock jock, not reading the room and trying to pit these women against each other. It was the fact that they went there and allowed him to do it for me.
Totally, especially when he said, "Look at the DEIs coming in here, a
Yeah,
war amongst the DEI hires." Really,
it's just more,
really, really.
questions, and which I hate. It was more questions and like, thrown towards Mia and Chris. Like this. This is where it's like, yeah, go on there, call him out, take control of the narrative. Here, there were so many different places that you could sit down and take control of your narrative than here. This is so unserious. Why would you want to sit down with him? Not okay. No, no.
Just because we'll get to it because the bright ideas abound.
No, I didn't hear. Wash it here, Ike.
Cause Ben, what are you? You're there to look stressed and be on your phone, like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? I don't even know what to do. Oh my God, and you're calling her. What are you calling her for? God, you got fired for a reason and you left for a reason. You ruined your career. Now you want to ruin all of ours. Like, I am so unimpressed with the addition of Ben, and I hate that because use him in a proper way if he's gonna be here. But it's so pointless. It's like, oh yeah, we just needed a black. Let's stick him right here. And he can do something. I don't know. I'm not moved. Like I don't know, Tyra. I have no motivation here because why is he here? Talk to me about Ben. Does he serve a purpose? Is he moving you? Is he a force?
That's how I realized that was Kato. I'm going to look these people up and check their credentials. I feel like they're getting cast. Like this is like stunt casting. Like, look, we got such and such here. Oh, look, we got, and they're not really utilizing. What do we know about him besides they opted to take him on rather than Mia and believe in his vision more than hers? And that's not hard to swallow or accept. Look what Mia got here and did. He's just here. He is just here. Nobody listens to him. It feels like he has no real power. He gets about this much screen time. I don't know. Once again, another hire that isn't going to be here in the following seasons. What are we doing here?
Well, he might not even make it for this season. The way they're looking.
I don't know. It's giving like they have a high like firing rate. Like y'all just like what is going on? It's really turning into a real news station at this point. Like it really
Tyra
is.
said it's attrition, high attrition rate. Like they come in and they leave
It's
in
a
the
revolving door of hires and fires. Like what? Because we just write these people off and they're just gone. And we see it every single season at this point with this going into the fourth one. You have these people here in name only. They have potential, but they have no real storyline, no real purpose, and no screen time. And then they're gone the next season. Why did you hire this man?
Yeah. And we get to know nothing about him other than this is Celine's choice.
I mean,
And we saw him in the first episode just there.
if this was going to be the thing, because they act like they need just such a big notarized cast, baby, you could have put old boy here. What is his name? What's this Alex fake bestie? Chip. You could put Chip here.
Chip,
This
yeah.
could have been Chip.
And
This
we
could
got
have been
history with Chip. We know a little bit about Chip.
Chip. Mia coming in, stepping on toes, and him feeling like, well, this is how it was when you were here. I've been here playing the role this entire time since you've been gone, and I know what I'm doing. But they're all vying and choosing Chip because they don't feel like Mia has enough leverage and can handle herself in a way that a senior person like Chip can. Must I put it in a poem? Do we need to write it down for you? I just think it's all there. You guys have story and you do nothing with it. This could have been Chip.
Nothing at all. Or you could have just developed who this guy was. You could have given us a 5-minute something about him somewhere in these 5 episodes and made us like him or hate him or feel some kind of way about him. But I'm just so apathetic. Like I could give a single damn. X-Men superfan Emma Frost, thank you so much for the super chat. The male cast in here is so sexy and talented, but completely wasted.
I don't know. At this point with him, and I see Celeste mentioned the black presenter. They have
Mhm.
so much talent here and have had in the past. It feels like life imitating art. That man too also felt like, yeah, I'm gonna go where I'm desired, where I'm in use, where I can get a step up, and I'm walking away from this. It just it's too close to home with just the casting and the stunts and the things that we are doing with our people of color. It's so who's behind this? I need to go look up some stuff.
So let me go investigate. Who is in that writer's room? Who's directing this? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's go on over here. Back with a bob to do nothing, Tyra. Because the way she walked in here, honey, put on her red dress and her high heels, stomping through them people's office, I thought she was going to stand and deliver. I said, oh, this heifer back. Because Alex done messed up her deal, because I will let you guys know that Mia did apply. She was interviewing places, and Alex put a fork in it. Like, no, we want Mia back. We're going to do everything. And just so you don't hire her, I'll be your guest speaker for whatever you need me for, all to stop Mia from doing that, because we need her back at UBN. And so she's walking back into the office like she's that girl. And Miss Pittman, you look good. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the red suit and your high heels, sis. However, you came here to do nothing except cause chaos and a mess. Because as a newswoman, as someone who wants to be head of the news, the rule is before you put anybody on a stage for an interview, you know all sides. You've vetted Tunde. You know what she's got in her back pocket. You know if there's a possibility of truth. You vet a Chris. Chris, is there any validity or truth to this before we put this out here? But no. You go renegade. You say, no, we're going to do it. We're going to do the shock jock show. We're going to get Tunde. We're going to sit down and we're going to do it. This was so dumb to me and such a waste. Mia girl. And I know she's capable of more. We know the character, and I've always hoped for more than the complacency. And so we do, of course, get a moment with her. And I have a slide for that with her and Chris where, we kind of talk about the past, but Mia girl, they're still not doing you any favors. You were supposed to have some sense this season. Tyra, back with a bob to do nothing. Did she give? Did she do anything for you? Like, did it move you?
Okay. I knew we were in for it when it was girl. We ain't seen were you playing a role here this entire time at UBN? Because there's some sisters down here at the UBN. I ain't seen none of this with none of the Woo, girl, they put her in the blackest news wherever the hell they was. It was so black.
Girl, they was high-fiving. Girl, did you see
It was like a white tea person in sight. It was just black, all black. It was like it was African artifacts everywhere, paintings. I was like,
I'm here for it. Go over there.
It was all of that. And it was like, girl, I want this job. Like, I was like, man, you got black friends? Where'd she come from? Where y'all find this person? But it was the whole thing of, even to get to this bar, we have to call up that white tea man and go on a pool date to tell us about ourselves. It was like, well, you're always been complacent. You never want to, shake the room. Well, look at your hair, look at your clothes. You're always conforming. Yeah, I can get out there and show, like, oh, okay. However we get there, it doesn't matter as long as we got there. This here, I thought it would be stronger. I thought it would be stronger. I said this isn't her moment. Whatever moment that she has with Chris and momentum she finds outside of UBN is going to be our Mia moment. This isn't quite that yet because she still looks so unequipped and unprofessional and unprepared. How? First of all, they lost me at all of the wanted posters of Mia around the I said, snatch that off the wall. It's like, oh, wanted. Get our boss back. It's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. She's so needed here because remember, Mia has the people. They don't have the connection like I do. They had that crap going on. But this here, where we had the red suit that was in the window and we strutted through, you strutted through to still be a F up?
To do nothing.
I'm sure we'll get to it, but the interview could have went so left in the worst way possible. By the saving grace, none of it which was yours, it didn't. But you came here and you were still old Mia. I don't know. At this point, I'm just questioning like everybody here who's giving me a job in this position in the first place, because why? I don't know. I thought her main focus strutting in at this moment would go like, I'm not here for that. Chris, black woman, let me go address UBN in this. You don't own me. They were giving ownership. The fact that these people, Alex, jumped the gun, couldn't show up to vouch for you in that meeting for you to even get that position in the first place. But we went to another company, bought that whole situation out. Don't hire her. Don't nothing. I want that. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a favor for you and come on down and do like some telethon type stuff and show my face because she's ours. The fact that these people think that they own you, I thought that that would be the focus, and we would go in there on that type of timing. No, we went in there to do the fuckery with Chris first. That by the grace of Jesus in some red leather bottom heels didn't go sideways to make you look like an idiot. I don't know.
It's just so, and here's the thing. It's not a crazy idea, right? To go this route if they had set and framed the narrative to be that in the first seasons. But Mia has never been that girl. Mia has never controlled a newsroom. The only person that we've gotten who's taken immediate action in a crisis situation and got the job done has been Chip. That's the only person we've seen do that. Mia has not done that. So all of this clamoring like, oh, we need her back. I can't do it without her. She's our everything. She, in my mind, the way they've set this up, Mia has been nothing more than a workhorse for the man this entire time, willing to sacrifice her life and get really pennies for it. She's reaped nothing after all these years, and her coming back is still not giving that she has that awareness to me.
Is that other black lady her protege or her understudy in a way?
Girl, that woman has been there all 4 seasons, and I don't even know her name.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that the moment she steps out, you'll have just the random black girl in the room to take her position. Damn, they'll sound exactly like her and still show up and be insufficient. And well, how are we gonna? We're never gonna take back a narrative or get control over all of this. It's like yeah, it was supposed to be given. Well, Mia knew how to do it, and she never complained. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. But the fact that you put that black woman there was like, it was so many other people here that you could have put there in her absence, but we chose her. All right.
They're trying to do something, and I don't know. I wish there was more of an awareness, and she talks a little bit about it this episode. I gave my life to them and they didn't do X, Y, or Z, and so now I'm getting back to get it back in blood. But we immediately know it's going to be a Stella situation. They're going to come in, offer her the sun, moon, and the stars, and guess what? Mia's going to take it. Mia's not this independent force that's going to walk away if they finally give her what she thinks she wants. It's just really, really lost on me. And I'll never forgive her for that, Roses. But thank you for reminding me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mia is getting karma for Daniel. Absolutely. And every other black person who's been here. The way she talked to Chris was crazy. I don't give a damn about your ovaries and your offspring.
And just wait a while, Jamie Jackson. Just wait a while. That's gonna be you if you put in enough work. And discarded that man. And it's like, you know what? I'm getting the hell out of here. I suggest you do the same.
Yeah, and I mean, and she's had no remorse, in my opinion, for how she's treated anybody. When they found out that all the black people were making all this money less, did you see her step back and do anything? Did we? Mia has always been for self, and that's just something I can't really respect.
Alone, because at the end of the day, Mia doesn't really have any power. That's not where the power lies. She has the power to leave, though, and choose herself. And it just doesn't seem like that's taking priority. Maybe before the season's over, we'll see it.
Well, if Alex is corrupting every deal, I mean, I was proud of her for at least going on an interview, but how many times is Alex going to do that? What are we doing now? Easing on over here to this man, and I'm calling him Jesse because that's exactly who he reminded me of. All of this whole episode, but basically, Chris goes to her hubby because I guess he handles that part of the business. But I'm gonna read his behind because, sir, ain't no way she doing all this because she gotta provide. And what are you doing? Okay, anyway, I handled it. Babe, I sent the cease and desist. It was Tune Day. I didn't want to tell you because I have it handled. And Chris is like adamant. No, I need to know. This is important. But the real question is, Jesse, why don't you have a job, sir? Why don't you have a job? Why is she bearing the weight and the burden of all this? And we're going to get into the interview. But the fact that she said, I had to do all this because the money dried up. We didn't have anything. And I had to get back and get it. Because, I'm the one that got to bring in the money. And he just sit at home with the children. I can't wrap my head around it. You're just so big and broad and standing there like you're really about to blow her back out. And all I could think about is, sir, you ain't got no job. Tyra, did he handle it? And why doesn't he have a job? And I know he's her handler. But when she didn't have no endorsements and no deals, what was he handling? I'm just very curious.
I don't mind this. I don't mind this because we see this so often. And I'm not saying that he gives Mary J. Blige Kato energy, like he's trying to get that check and get that alimony.
You do.
I don't know.
You do.
But I don't mind this because we do see this where we have a lot of the Black men put themselves in a position with the partner, and you got to bring something to the table, blah, blah, blah. Or it's the completely other side of the spectrum where you have, a woman who doesn't, and she's just there for this sole purpose. Unfortunately, you don't see many Black women in a higher position financially choose either way. They will date down in a sense and have someone who's restricted to that area of being the husband, the worker bee, okay, I'm gonna take care of the children, I'm the cook, the man. And then all of a sudden they're the manager. He's my manager, and they're the manager. And then when we look up, manager got all our funds. Manager, wants some alimony. So we do see this so often. So unfortunately, I'm not mad at a child, but this doesn't. This doesn't give that too much of that dynamic. It gives. We do have these situations, which I'm sure that's why they haven't shed too much light on her story or her personal life, because it will be too much like Alex, someone who is restricted to more so the manager role, the husband, the carer, but never the provider. I'm just here in name only, but it creates this resentment. And you're upset because you're, cast aside as a man. She's not spending enough time with you. She's prioritizing her career. We can't even get no smacks in a drunken state because I need to go say my piece in this phone call. I'm just not surprised. If they would want to explore it more and give him a different narrative that will be outside of Alex, because I think they always repeat all the way down to the daughter in this deep, whatever. But give him something else. Give him a job. So give him a job so it wouldn't be that exactly, or make him, an ex-athlete who is, retired, and he's just trying to support her, but like nothing at all. Between him and Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa, I don't know what's going on with the state of the Black man.
Girl, we barely get any breakdown on the main characters. You think they're going to give us a backstory on him?
No, he don't need a backstory, just a job. just give him a job so that it's just like, for this entire time, you couldn't tell me that he maybe wasn't an athlete, or maybe they met while they were training for the Olympics. I don't know, something, but he's retired. He's ready to just be content with the daughter and the marriage and just enjoy our lives. But will we have Chris, right? Even here, he's like, you've always been just trying to chase this ambition, and it's my name, and I need the name. The name says home. The name got my dad's blood on it. It's my name, and I can't. What about my legacy? And this is her, but it's like it's causing this tension in the marriage because you're chasing something that I just can't support you in anymore. You're just never satisfied. No, he's just there, the manager with no job, raising that baby. It's fine. It's fine. We see this. The roles are reversed. We see this with some women. He's playing his role.
I mean, present day, if this was it, and there had this status and he's doing a good job at it, I'd be fine with it. But sir, the fact that you're not even handling it, because Tunde wasn't going to stop for your little cease and desist. Clearly she wasn't going to stop, sir, but you handled it. Sir, did you? Did you really handle a thing?
Well, that's why, code word book number one, the number one rule, you never hire your husband as your manager. Everybody knows that.
Lord jeez, everybody knows. But easing on down this road and going over here, my name is Alex and I ruin everything because I'm not going to talk to you direct. I'm not going to call you Mia. You're going to find it out through the grapevine, but don't give her that job. All right. Because we need her back at UBN. The streets need her. I need her. She's the best thing that ever happened to the network, and I can't believe we lost her. Alex is full of ish, and I'm just really sick of seeing her, girl. I'm sick of seeing her stomp around UBN like she really runs something, and acting busy all the time, girl, when you're not doing a damn thing. You're not doing anything. You're just walking around stomping in these heels. And maybe that's where Mia got it from, but I just... Tyra, what did you think when you found out that Alex had intervened when they called about a reference? No, don't hire her. Please don't. I'll do whatever you need, but don't hire her. We're willing to do anything and everything to get Mia back.
So
She's my
Alex
Mia.
replacing the woman who called Chris Aunt Mama. She's replacing that lady, being out of touch and unfamiliar and trying to treat people like slaves. Is that what we're doing? Um, I would have preferred that this was Stella. I feel like there would have been more stakes because there was, this set ground of friendship that, was never that. But Mia at least thought it was that, and Stella pretended well enough. I thought we were friends. I thought you were my friend. But the fact that it was at what? Alex has other stuff to focus on. Okay? Stella needs to be here to do this. Alex was supposed to be over there with that writer down at the college because they told her in this episode it's getting traction. Time is going to pick it up. It's getting some more. Yeah, I don't want to hear about that. Never mind. But I have time to go and do this. We're trying to get over there with you in Germany. We're trying to get over there with you in the real Mufasa, and you are over here being a madam of the plantation. Because you can't. It was the way she was trying to rationalize it, girl. Like, no, girl, who are you? This false sense of self-importance. Sell it to us. We are how long into Alex's new position, and I still don't know what she does. What did you do? What is your role? For 5 seconds, you had your own little Alex Speaks thing after the bid situation and all of that, and that kind of breathed a breath of fresh air into you and some life because they were trying to discard you. And then we went and we managed to get this unheard of deal, and she finally got a piece of the pie, whatever that was. And we just know she got a bigger office. What is she doing? And then to get here, the fact that you would even have the lip service and power to think that you could do this to somebody is wild to me. You are an employee. You're an employee. Okay? I don't care how much that would do. Does she have ownerships and stake into UPN? Does she own anything?
She does. She's a shareholder now, and I believe she's supposed to be over talent.
Is she? Okay.
That's because remember Justice when she was wanting the job, she says, "I know you're over talent now," and that's the only reason I got it because context clues. But yeah, she's supposed to be over talent, and she is a shareholder.
Okay, I do. I remember that. That's why I was like, "Oh, this could be the start of Alex taking." No, you did all of this work to get up there to this level to play that same old slave owner position that we just discarded. That old bat from Legally Blonde. For respect for that one. But she was old and out of touch. We just discarded her, and it was like even you having that connection, and we take care of our own. You're supposed to be here and speak on my behalf, and it's like she was acting like she was breaking the link in the chain, and the things that were acceptable to you way back in the day, Aunt your mama. We can't do those things anymore and put our Black employees at a disadvantage. You come over here and treat this lady like she down at Calvin Candy's estates. What is going on? I expected some house ninjas to jump out. I don't know. I don't know. It's some whips and chains in the back of UBN that we don't know about. It's some slaves.
I guess it is, and they can't get enough of the plantation. I guess because they keep going with that.
Like, if she would do this to someone of Mia's caliber, what do you think is happening to everybody else that's underneath the status? All the other Black people that wasn't getting paid squat. Baby, free yourselves from this plantation. All the Blacks down at UBN need to get on the bus.
And what do you say? Free yourselves from the chains of mental slavery, honey, and get free. Your liberation is nigh. Come on. Easing on down the road. Now we see the meeting between Chris and between Mia, and it's now I can help your ovaries. I'm here to help your ovaries. I know I talked about them before. I apologize, Chris. I was wrong. Chris says, "You know what, Mia, I get it, girl. Let's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. We are now sister girls, and we are gonna do this together. We're gonna stick it to the man. And I have a bright idea. You're gonna go. You're gonna get Tunde. Y'all gonna have a face off, and you're gonna prove yourself innocent to the world and let them be the judge." Tyra, how dumb was this? And did this read of sincerity? I was so like, oh God, it was so forced and so fake for me. Like, girl, y'all haven't talked at all, and this is the time, this is the moment, you own it. Like, you never let it go, right? We're gonna do it now. Like, this is
Girl,
it.
where are the black turtlenecks and the black berets and the Black Panther fists? Where is it? I thought they was gonna put fight the power in the background. I didn't know where we're going with this. This is so. This feels very when we were in that strong era of Black Lives Matter coded. This feels like that. It feels, that force of we need to make a statement and put this in here. I wanted more sincerity on both of their parts, even if it was just that quick little car ride and you have Mia pouring and I gave of myself and they never gave it.
Yeah.
And maybe, some relatability of like, yes, same thing for me and, my career and why this is so important. Even if it wasn't going to be that, with Mia trying to make this her comeback bada bing moment, let me do my homework on whomever it is and not just take Chris's word for value. Is there anything I need to know that you weren't sharing with me? Anything possible that Tunde can come out of left field with that would put you in a compromising position, as well as myself, because I'm the one setting this up. Girl, it was just like, yeah, let's just do it. Because I know you don't know anything. Me and per usual, you didn't do any homework. And the fact that Chris would let this rock, girl, we're going to get into Chris and what I felt like the show was trying to say with her moment, but I don't know if it came across fully.
I guess it was lame. Anyway, so now let's get to it. The truth. You can't handle the truth because we have the two DEI hires, as he says, come on his show, and he is going to facilitate the conversation, as disrespectful and ornery as he wants to be. And of course, Chris is there skinning and grinning because I'm doing this to clear my name. I don't know why she's coming with this. We do see a little conversation between Chris and Tunde in the hallway where Tunde was like, yeah, and you were too busy to be bothered to go and check on your old school. I teach there. You just have never shown up for the people. It's always been about you. You've always been so damn selfish. X, Y, or Z, ho. I'm not backing up off you because I got the proof and the truth. So we get here and Chris is going in. I just don't understand why she's so angry with me. What did I ever do to you, sis? Like, what did I ever do to you to hurt you, to make you want to lie on me in this way? Ho, I'm not lying on you. All right. Tunde says, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. And Shock Jock is like, well, at this point it's just he say, she say, she say, she say. What are we going to do? No, baby, I have the truth. And so the paper comes out and we see a prescription for, performance enhancing drugs come out, and it's prescribed to her. And now we all of a sudden get a moment of clarity. So I don't know if we're to assume that she had blocked this memory out, that she had completely forgotten this. Because the fact that you would go in here knowing that you did dope at some point, whether it was for an Olympic game or not, you have to understand and know that now the UBN contract with the Olympics is at jeopardy. Also, your medals are going to be called into question because we have no way of proving whether or not you were in fact doping at the time or not. This is, it's about the integrity of the game at this point. So Tunde's just sitting here like, I told you I wasn't lying. I wouldn't come on here on any BS. And so now, child, we get the sob story of it all. Did I do another slide for that? I didn't. So anyway, Tyra, this pisses me off so bad because I know, again, that Nicole Bahari is capable. I know that she is an accomplished actress, and I know that she can give and deliver a scene. I've seen her do that before, right? And I saved y'all the clips because I pulled the clips. I was going to play the clips of this scene so y'all could just see it in real time. This was one of the worst, most insincere performances I think I've seen from her. It was the fact that she had this whole entire monologue where we're supposed to be feeling every word. Because my Amari, I was pregnant. I had a baby, and 5 months and I lost the baby, and oh God,
Ashley,
I had to do what I had to do because it was all on my shoulders. Just as fast as I had got it, I had lost it because a pregnant woman can't do. A pregnant black woman can't do the same things as everybody else, and I was slow and I was sluggish, and the endorsements were out the window, and it was all on my back. It was all on my back. And again, I'm like, where was Jesse? Jesse wasn't working at the time. Like you had to scramble and do this anyway. So we find out that Amari, which is sad, she lost the baby. And so the doctor prescribed the performance enhancing drug so she could get her edge back. And soon I didn't need it anymore. And I was back on fire, and I was faster than I'd ever been before. And then I went into the games and I dominated and did all of that. So while she's putting on this feigned performance for me, again, if y'all go back and rewatch it, I promise you, it's so bad. Not a tear, not a nary tear fell during the entire thing, which again, we don't always need tears, but I need to connect with the emotion. I felt nothing as she was giving this monologue. But when I looked over to Tunde and just eyes welled up with tears, the look on her face emoted more for me than Nicole did in this entire scene. And it was a travesty. Again, I know she's capable. I'm very confused about what was happening here, but I think Tyra has a different perspective. So talk to me about this in this scene. But for me, it was gosh awful. It was Tyler coded. It was Rose's Bud. That's how I felt. That's what I told
I,
Tyra earlier.
you know what? You know what? I didn't mind that it was god awful. You know why? This is
Why?
this this is performative white woman tears, is it not? I thought it was intentionally performative.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, it gives that because she is a privilege at this point. The dichotomies were there.
I thought that this was intentionally performative because the way that it was kind of on cue and instant, and you completely disregard. Like, of course, she says like she was tested before, so hopefully all of her other accomplishments wouldn't come into questions, but they are because who's to know the difference once it doesn't take much, but what she's not understanding with Tunde's anger is you took an opportunity from me, another black woman. I
Yeah.
could have won if you weren't taking those performance enhancement drugs. And we completely negate that when we come with the sob story and why I was taking the drugs anyway. Even though it is tragic and she did lose her baby and it affected her and her marriage, and there's always a need to show up as a black woman and I couldn't, all those things still exist, but still acknowledge what you did. And the moment she cut it on, I was like, is this intentional? I felt like as much as we can clock and like, oh, here we go with the white teen woman tears, here we go with the performative mess. Like, girl, where did that come from? Are you serious? Are we gonna acknowledge what happened? You were wrong. And it was just like, no. And immediately it was like, oh, even Tune that was like, oh, I was like, sell it. I think that we want Nicole's care. We want Chris to be something more than what she is. I think
Mm.
she is that ambitious, you know, biased, a little white tea coded. It's
Privilege.
just
Yeah,
privilege.
privilege is there.
It comes to question with these spaces because even with Mia, it's like y'all can't do this twice in one network, right? We're gonna have a black woman here with different dimension and who wants different access in a different way because you couldn't tell me in that past season when the whole Auntie Mama, I was like, oh, because we knew that it was kind of struggle bus then. I was like, okay, baby, you separate. Go get your bag. It was like, oh, they're offering me a position, offer me something I want, something that's going to contribute to my legacy as an athlete because I want to be remembered than more than just that athlete who didn't do much but just run. Oh, okay, I'm going to do that over what's preferred and what's right because not only was I placed at a disadvantage and called all kind of derogatory terms, y'all mistreating all the black folks here, period. I want nothing to do with this in that way unless change is done overall. No, they gave me what I wanted. Same thing with Mia. If somebody gives her what she wants, it's okay. I think we want
Mhm.
these black women to be more than what they are. And it's just not that. Maybe a Tuesday would be, because Tuesday say, yeah, baby, I'm down at the outreach, down at the center. Shout out to Honey Daniels. I'm at the center. You know the school you forgot about that needs funding, all those things that you're not checking it. She doesn't. She's out of touch in that way. And it's just like, well, yeah, I could have maybe came down and took a little visit. Yeah, maybe I could. And the way that she propositioned her before getting in here, because she knew that you had to know that she had something. We didn't come all the way here just to not have anything. So how about we just, put all our guns down, all our weapons, and just go have a bite and talk. And
Yeah, what do you
because
want? How much do you
dress this,
want?
even I can even come on down to the center. I teach dance at the center. I can come on down to the center and donate and get that squared. Which is like, no, I want to have this conversation. And like, it's very YT coded. I think we wanted more from her and not for it to get into. Okay, sad for you, sad for their situations. A lot of women suffer in that way all the time, but they still didn't put another woman at a disadvantage. Like the Olympics winning, that's a big opportunity. And I didn't get that because you took a performance enhancing drug and lied about it. And then want to gaslight me, get on the phone. If you got something to say to me, say it to my face.
You know I'll
Alcoholic
drag you.
girl. And then want to come on and apologize for it. I should have done better. Excuse me. And because I want to keep this persona going. This is not the black, nice Olympic Barbie. This is a different type of woman. We just want her to be something else.
I guess so. I do. I want them to be grounded in at least one person for the people. It's like everyone is just very self-interested. And Jussie, please, like I. Oh, God. The moment that we had, of course, after he's in tears because you talked about my son, my son, my son. I told you I handled it, boo. It's fine, baby. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna keep this bag. Mama's gonna keep working for the family so you can be kept the way you're accustomed to being kept. This, I think it should have been emotional. It should have been emotive. I should have felt something in their, conversation post the interview. I didn't feel a thing. I really, I don't necessarily buy their chemistry either. And I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if that's supposed to be intentional, or maybe, like I said, it could be me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the drama here, but I just really could give a single damn Tyra. I was just really mad they wasted 5 minutes of my time with that scene prior to this. And so then her coming in there for them to chat,
It's this picture you have here. I was like, is this a Polaroid King? Is this a wig? I don't be knowing at this point. I
didn't want to say it, but I wanted to say it, but I
this
didn't
a
say it.
Polaroid King too. I think we can't connect to them because their screen time is so sparse. And when it is, there's no love or intention in their scenes. It's just very, you're not here and he's off, doing the Lord's work, taking care of the baby. Let's get into that your wife couldn't entrust you to take care of this. She had to go back. Or him going, hey, forget the public and them using this as fodder. And what she say? The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin' with us. I told you I handled it, and you went behind my back and did this anyway. Like, why don't you trust me? I mean, we don't go none of that. We go to the baby and losing the baby just deaded everything, and now we're going to focus on that and meet in some emotional state because this is hard for the both of us. And I know that was challenging for you to say that in such a clubbing forum. Oh, okay. I mean, okay. Once again, something that we'll sit here like I'm gonna just sit that right there, and we're not going to revisit it. We're not going to explore anything with them anymore. This was just their moment. I doubt we have a moment with Chris like this in a minute, unless it's just something in adjacent to Mia. I don't know, child.
And what pisses me off is they'll say, Lord, we gave them something. The blacks are going to be so excited about this episode. I just feel that. I feel that. I wish they had an after show where we got to talk to the director. You know how we do with all our other shows. I wish
Oh,
there was
girl.
an after show where they really talk. Because I really feel like in their heart they believe they ate with this episode. I really do. I feel that deep down in my spirit. And it just...
Be sitting there, us as black women, we have to show up. Even, who's going to show up for us? And the way that we founded on that episode in the loss of a child, in the reference to Amari. Amari in Swahili means beautiful king. And I felt like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
You know how they do. It's my favorite. Roses Bud, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I be mispronouncing that man's name all the time, but Juicy
Oh, yeah.
Smollett. Thank you. Smollier. Oh, Smollier. Oh, it's French. All right. Yes, Rolana, so much overacting. It just was like, what are y'all doing? And the thing of it is, Alano Miller, in and of himself, solo of Dolo, is an incredible actor. I think he acts on the stage as well as in film, and he's a force. Like, literally, I've seen some of his monologues, and they will bring you to tears. He is so capable and so talented. And I was just like,
No, he delivered here. I feel like they were both delivering. We don't believe their dynamic or care about their relationship to care
mm,
that he went out of his way to be there. Like girl, I'm surprised that we didn't get a visual of him running to the news station to be there because I need to be there with my wife. This is a moment. It was just like it was supposed to pull at our heartstrings in a different way because it is, such a huge loss to suffer in that way. But just with who Chris is and how we didn't even acknowledge Tunde after that, it was just like, no,
mhm,
Tunde should automatically understand because I lost a child.
mhm.
My suffering is far more than yours. So let's
Well, and
just
that's the part I appreciated about, like I said, it was a very understated, I think, performance from the actress who played Tunde. But even in all of this and the anger and that feeling that I've been cheated and I missed out because of this, she still had a heart of compassion in the moment. I mean, and I thought that was very telling. Like I said, it gave for me. Tunde's performance gave for me. I
I
just,
appreciated her performance. I didn't like how they presented her in comparison to the Olympic Barbie. Like she was supposed to be the it felt like the hood black. We showed
yeah.
up, box braids, our baby hair, our nose ring, and we're down at the school with the impoverished kids, and I'm in touch with the hood. Like, what are you doing? Who
Well,
are
you
the
know they're
writers?
gonna they gonna bank on a trope or a stereotype, but yeah, I enjoyed her performance. Like I said, it makes me want to look her up and see who she is because
But
I
even
was
with
like,
that, I wanted Tunde to like, okay, yeah, irrelevant. Back to what happened. It was just like, no, she had to automatically be understanding, just like the general public, because
Mhm.
I lost a child. Yeah, I lost an opportunity to be a champion. Hell, excuse me,
But
Olympian.
that's the expectation. That's the expectation, especially in a situation like that. Because who are you if you challenge that? Like, oh damn, I don't give a damn what happened to you.
It's like me. You call me out, tell me I'm a liar, I'm wrong, and I'm just jealous because what did
You
she say on that call? You just jealous because you ain't never making none of these. I mean,
Yeah, and I'll drag you. Yeah, and I'll drag you. That's the part I heard. I'll drag you, ho. And so finally, now she confronts Corey. And because he's all in love, he's enamored. He's got the little with the hearts in his eyes and all of that, like the cartoon characters, heart beating out his chest. He loved Bradley so bad, so bad, so bad. And she's like, "Did you have anything to do with the wolf pack? I saw your fixer's name and it just came. Oh, so that's what you've been doing this whole time, ho. You didn't want to see no pictures in my phone. You were scrolling to see what the contact information was. Ho, you hate me. You never liked me. You were just using me. I was just a come up, wasn't I, Bradley? Yeah, he wasn't wrong. This was so dumb. Again, you're going off half cocked. We know Corey's heart, whether he's his moral is questionable at times, but we've seen that in the thick of it in some various situations that he's probably the ultimate feminist on the show. He gonna stand for women and their rights 99.8% of the time. So the fact that Bradley just went into this just blanketly assuming he was the reason that this lawyer unalived himself, it was the pressure he put on the fixer to do X, Y, or Z, was just reading a lot into nothing, in my opinion, before even having a conversation. Had Bradley handled this differently, we wouldn't have had to have this explosion. But yeah, that's how that was kind of the synopsis of it. Ho, you hate me. I never want to see you again, Bradley. Lose my number, lose that key. Any coin I gave you, I want it back. I'm done with you, ho. Get out of my sight forever. Tyra, did you believe her tears after this? And ho, you hate me.
No, no, all of them. It's not one person down here who isn't, selfish. Um, even Cape Crusader Bradley. All she had to do was ask. That's all she had to do to avoid this. Hey Corey, I heard blank blank blank. I'm down at the news station for blank blank blank. Did you do this? If so, what role did you play? Because I need to know where my loyalties need to lie if we're going to embark on this relationship. No, she went all the way down in the depths of sneaky reporter mode, and I got to take images, and I have to. Ciao. And the way that Corey's like, yeah, remember back search Google. Yeah, I know what you've been doing, Heifer. I'm trying to go send an email and mind my business, and this is in my recent search history. Why? And it's not even clever. Like, girl, I, uh, I just I don't know why we're here. I think well, I think we're here because she's about to exit, and we have to have her lose her way in her passion here and her purpose for her to make her grand exit. And it's like, there's nothing left here for me, not even Corey. I've even burnt that bridge. So I think that this was to burn a bridge. And the revelation of Corey, like, you've been using me. You never. I was like, duh.
The whole time, Corey.
We all the whole time, the whole time.
The
Yeah,
whole
we
time.
we knew the whole time and stuff. We knew, but it took this to get him to recognize that her in this I really want to care about this case. But now that I'm like stepping back, I'm like in the grander scheme, it feels like the case doesn't really matter. I don't think it's supposed to matter. We're spending a lot of time on it trying to make it matter. I think her relationship to everyone here in the news station is what matters because she's about to leave. That's what it is. Because this and the way she handled it made absolutely no sense. And who Corey's gonna be after this, I don't know because Corey said, "I gave you everything. I gave you everything." What Evan say? I gave you everything. I'm giving my all. I gave my all to you, and this is how you repay me. God, unless you care about me. Now her trying to act like, well, Corey, this is who you are. I mean, if it's not, this is who you are also. Bradley has this tendency to think that she's, upholding this
But
morale, above. You're not. And this is just what it is. When it comes to whatever, you're going to do what you got to do too, regardless of who's left in shambles. So I'm going to take this picture. I'm going to be sneaky. I'm not going to be honest with you if it's between you in a story. And that's just what that is. I'm hoping that we don't get no more moments with them. I've had enough. I'm done.
oh, we're gonna get it because of this last scene in the episode. Time to pay the piper, Tyra. Cause we ain't seen FBI since episode 1 or 2, and now he back like, all right, got a task for you, girl. What you know? What you know? We've been watching you, and we know you know something. So what's tea? And so she's gonna have to flip on somebody, likely Corey, likely someone big at UBN. Tyra, what did you think of this again, dropping in randomly? Because we ain't seen them people since she left and got back to the city. So now what? And what does it mean going forward for the series? Any thoughts?
Girl, you probably could sit your ass on down at the local community college for this. Um, Flipping on someone. Who is the someone? Corey? Like, what are you
Alex.
doing?
Alex and the
Alex?
defector is what I'm thinking. The defecting, because that's still a thing with the
Is
State
it?
Department. Yeah, I mean,
We haven't done well with revisiting that or putting stakes there for me to. I forgot about the defector just as quickly as it happened. We jumped from the defector to what was it? The Alex and the what is it called?
the Wolfpack thing.
No, Alex in the when she was. It wasn't her on the camera, but they were deep fake.
Oh yeah, the environmental Greenpeace people. Yeah.
Jump to the deep fake, and then we jump to the environmentalist and then the daddy story. Like, there's no focus here. I really don't know what she's gonna do. Like, I don't know. And the way he turned around, it was all villainy. I was like, what is this? Now, it would be different if they put a battery in her back and said that she has to, and she came here with that intention. I'm doing this and I really don't want to, but I have to give them something. You volunteered to come here. You brought this to FBI. Can I go on down? We're just gonna be down there trading recipes and frying chicken. Ain't nothing really going on. We're just like, no, you brought yourself here. So I don't know, child, who she's gonna flip on. I really could give a damn.
Tyra said I could care less. And easing on down here, any predictions, Tyra? And Andrew says, yes, FBI is going to look into Alex and the nuclear. That's what I think. The defector is the biggest statewide international incident, even though, they've been dropping all the storylines like a bad habit. This season isn't that good like the past. Maybe they should consider ending. Where are the cheaters at, though? Yeah, we're Stella and Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. But predictions, Tyra?
Maybe they went to Tokyo. Um, and it's not even like a care. We do have Mia have her grandstands in conversation with Alex, and yeah, I'm gonna be off with Chris doing X, Y, and Z and putting her best interest at heart. Unlike you guys, what is that gonna look like for you, Mia? What is it gonna look like for Chris? What is that dynamic between you two? Like, what are you doing for her? Like, are you gonna be like a publicist? Like, what is it now? I don't know. I don't know. An agent, a manager now? Like, what is it? I don't know. Um, I just literally I'm trying to think of a center. If we could get back over there with Stella, I mean, we've dropped that. This is 2 episodes now. We have not seen Stella in sight. I don't know. Maybe she had another job. Maybe she got a gig. I don't know. Get back over there with Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa and Stella, so we can see what the CEO, what she wants, because all of that matters in connection with Corey. When we get there, we get progression with Corey, we get progression with Aaron Pierre, Mufasa, all of them. Even though it might trickle all the way down to Alex. Put Alex over there with her father. Why are we trying to act like it's a known factor? We established immediately that she cares down boots what her father thinks, what he says about her, and wants him to care about her career. The best she could do is kind of get into trying to put a band-aid on that and fix that and use her things. Because I loved how, last episode, we don't do that here. That's not how this industry works. And then we get here and you're jumping over here with Mia exercising your power. What are you talking about? I thought we didn't do that here, Alex. Like, have her pick a side and do something. But I would prefer that we were getting into her connection with her father amongst all the other BS we have her running down around the station doing.
I'd hope so, child. And I don't really have any predictions. I just hope we push it along. I do want to see Stella. I do want to see Celine and what she's capable of, what nefarious intent she has. And if she's really going to be about that life, do something. I would just want to see if Celine's really going to take action. Or, like you said, is this just par for the course? She's been down through here with Aaron, with other people before, Miles. She'd been down through with him before. So what does that look like? I could give a damn really about anybody else's storyline at this point. And I'm really sad because I thought the first couple of episodes of the season were really good. But like you said, we have so much talent over here. We have Scar over here. And I want to know, because we did hear in this episode that the story is getting some feet. And's got some traction about his plagiarism, allegations. What's that going to look like? Are we going to see Justice re-enter the picture? Are we actually going to see Alex working in talent and interviewing some new people to come in, or what? At this point, I don't know, y'all. But thank you guys so much. That was the episode. Tyra, anything you want to let the people know that's going on before we get out of here?
Are we doing Love is Blind?
Yeah, right after this.
Yeah, come on back shortly. We'll be getting into Love is Blind shortly. If you have been watching those shenanigans, join us for that. Tomorrow, it's Friday. We get into Abbott Elementary, Reasonable Doubt. Saturday, we have a couple of things coming. I'll be discussing the Braxtons, the 2 latest episodes. Ashley will be getting into is it the Murdoch?
Murdoch, Jesus.
Or Murdoch family, and those murders over there down on Hulu. So if you haven't watched any of those things, you have time to get caught up and join us. We would love to have you, but come back instantly so we can get into Love.
Come right back. And thank y'all so much for being here. Thanks so much for supporting the live, for the super chats and all that. We appreciate you guys so much. And we will see y'all in the next video.